aika huivit ylös nostaa. SJK! Ei me luovuteta koskaan. Ei koskaan. SJK! Jos et tajunnut tosta, niin se Seinäjoen jalkapallokerho. SJK! Ja muita joo, eikä tuu, se on meidän kerho. Pallo keskelle.
Moi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jules, and this is the Seinäjoki Football Supporters Podcast, bringing you news, reviews and interviews from SJK Seinäjoki.
But we're doing it in English for an international fan base. So, what or who is in this week's show, Jules?
What or who? Well, we've got a special guest, a very special guest, co-founder of the Klopit, former SLO, but forever a Klopit legend, Lari Paski.
Yeah, now you make me cry in a way.
We're making this podcast now in 2025, but when I started my first podcast, Explore Finland radio show, one of the very first guests I had on was Lari to talk about Finnish football culture and how SJK was rising up through the leagues, and actually that first year that SJK was in Europe, we recorded a few blog posts where we were kind of chronicling SJK in Europe. So this feels quite appropriate that we've got you here today,
And
Lari.
there were some glory days. I loved the second division away trips that we had. They were great.
Yeah, so we're going to go through a little bit of news, and there's some quite big news that's dropped today, and those of you that are watching can see that SJK has launched a new kit.
Well, you can see it on Mark because he's the favourite.
Mark is just the one that got his tush to the stadium to pick up the bag of shirts, Jules.
And what you're saying, that Kasper Paninen didn't get his tush to...
No, Kasper's tush had nothing to do with this. Although, actually, this is the shirt that Kasper will be wearing at the weekend. So
I bet you it looks a bit baggier on him than it does on you.
I was going to say, I looked at it and saw it was slim fit and large, and I thought I'm going to need some help to get out of this one.
Will the seams be ripped by the time he puts it on Saturday?
It's quite stretchy. Don't worry. I'm holding it all in. Don't worry.
It looks really good.
But it does look really good. It feels nice as well. I mean, that doesn't come over on a podcast, but it's got a really nice feel to it. It's black. For those that are not watching, it's black. It's got a very narrow gold pinstripe on it. Gold stripes, Adidas stripes down the arm, and the nice modern big Adidas logo.
What's your impressions, Larry? What do you think?
I think that it's maybe best shirt for SJK since the start. We had some really good shirts and jerseys when we started. The one in 2009 when we had only one sponsor is Carlsberg. That was a really nice shirt also. But the colors was then black and white. Is white, and also the stripes were white. So this is much better. I think. Yeah, that is the first one. What you were wearing, seeming like the best shirt what we had. I think so. The one.
While we're talking about it, Jules, there will be some images on the screen showing some of the details, and I just turned around to show you the back. But what I particularly like on the back, just on the collar, it's got the text "Maiden Kerho," and it's in that font that looks like it's been sort of stamped on there as well, which is nice. Little message to the fans when you're pulling your shirt on. This is our club.
Any news when they're going to be in the shops?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're recording this on Wednesday, the 26th of March. It's today that the this kit has been launched. This will be available on the club website, so sjk.fi, on Friday 28th, along with the away kit, which right now we can't talk about.
But we've seen it, and it does look good.
Yeah, and actually, by the time this whole full-length video comes out, we probably can show everything. But this moment, while we're talking about the black shirt, it has to stay under wraps. But I think also the other thing that caught my attention, standing up and showing the front and holding his stomach in, the sponsors. There's only two of them, which is great, and they're in gold as well. So it less obtrusive. They kind of work with the design rather than against it. And then above the badge, there's the smaller, the third sponsor, and there's one other on the back below the number on the back of the shirt as well. But personally, I think it's lovely. Like
I think it's a really fantastic shirt, and it looks really good, even on Mark.
Yeah, even on Mark when it's at least 2 sizes too small as well. Yeah, so basically on Friday 28th there will be this and the away shirt, which will be revealed on that Friday, and then next week there will be a third shirt as well. And the away shirt is a bit different to what we've had before. So those just watching this little segment, keep your eyes out. It's coming soon.
Yeah, very good. Well done, SJK. Well done, the media team, or whoever's designed it. Yep.
Right, now for those, now I'm gonna somehow find a way to edit all this together so we don't get in trouble and we can show everything, because this is going to be the away shirt. This is all 3 shirts are basically the same design but just different colorways. So home is black with gold stripes. The away shirt is going to be gold with black stripes. Slight difference with the badge here, but it's not quite the same badge. It's a kind of this mono color. And now I can turn it around. They're not all Casper's shirts. This is Kelvin Pires, but here
you should have tried that one. I bet you that fits. Yeah, fits you better.
No, they're all large, Jules. That's the thing. I was really disappointed. Not one of them was in my size. So there you've got the gold version, and I think we needed something new. We've had very similar kits for a few years. There hasn't really been these replicas to buy, and I understand that what's going to be sold to the fans will be the same quality as what the players are wearing. So they're not going to be €50 shirts. They might be 80 or 90, but they're going to be decent quality. And to be honest, I'm starved of an SJK shirt to wear. The last one I bought was when we were still playing at the Keskuskenttä, and they did a shirt where you could get it without the sponsors. And that fits me about as well as this one does.
I've got a couple after that, I think. I've got that, for example, I've got the Ei luovuta shirt. And then I've got one with 50 on the back.
Yes, you did. You got one for your birthday. But anyway, well done to I got a little bit of info about these.
Sorry, Larry?
Kits.
Did you get those third kit what we had for when they was like this orange and blue ones? I think that is also really great.
That's a fantastic kit, that one. Yeah.
You remember that where they was this stripe,
with the slash
like
going across it,
kind of thing.
Yeah, that was a lovely kit.
That was really good, and that is also honoring the former clubs, Sepsi and TP Seinäjoki.
Yeah, the orange and blue.
Yeah, and that was a real opportunity to sell some shirts to people, and they just weren't available as replicas, were they? So the club raffled off the match worn shirts at the end of the season, but they were or maybe they what's the word, Jules? Not raffle.
I don't know. I got one.
Auction.
I got one.
Auction.
I got one. I don't know. I was.
Well, you're a lucky boy, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Mehmet Hetemai's shirt.
Oh wow.
Number 50.
Wow.
Well, you deserve it.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well done to the club. Well done to Tommy, and I understand also that the other SJK legend Pekka Lehtinen, the kit man, the legendary kit man, was very involved in delivering this as well.
That's Pekka.
Yeah, good. Really good job. Really good job.
What other clubs have a song for their kit man?
I think the design has been done by Tommy, I think so.
Right.
Well, as a team, Tommy said it's a real team effort, and that team has done well. Now, the team on the pitch need to do just as well to live up to this new shirt.
Yeah, shall we talk about who's come in recently?
Yeah, we early in the pre-season, I suppose, we We had Ash come on and talk about the academy team. We had Paul Riley come in and talk about some of the winter transfers. But there's been a few players that have arrived recently. And
How about we take it in turns to introduce these, and we just leave it to Larry, who actually knows what he's talking about,
that's a great
to
idea.
yeah
I like
to
that a
say what he
lot.
thinks. Yeah. So do you want to go first?
Yeah. So, Larry, what can you tell us about the young Nigerian goalkeeper, Samuel James, who's just arrived this last week?
He's actually from England.
Right.
He's Nigerian as nationality, but he play for Charlton
Okay.
FC. Or Athletics, Charlton Athletics.
Yeah.
He played over there, maybe in academy team or something like a high school team or something, because he's really young, and he seems really tall and strong guy. And I haven't seen him. I seen only one full game of him, and that was the last one when they SJK was playing against Sirius in Sweden. And at the start, he was a little bit maybe nervous or something, because there was some mistake what he made at the start. The first goal was a bit of his mistake, but then during the game he was really taking control of the area, and he was looking a little bit like the OVA Harry what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a good record of young guys from London, haven't we? Really?
Yeah, and if you're looking into the background, they have the same kind of background. Both are Nigerian origin and lived in England. Obviously, yeah, Harry has been born in England, so he's a little bit different. But they both might be someday playing for Nigerian national team. Nobody knows. But I think James has been more added for the academy team at the start, because obviously we have Roope Paunio and Hemo Riihimäki, and but he's really something who can grow on and develop to be the really good goalkeeper, I think so, because he has the kind of like frames for that.
He's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah. 195 centimeters,
Yeah.
or even more.
Yeah, tall. Yeah. What about
maybe almost 2 meters?
Wow, yeah. What about the 21-year-old Honduran striker, attacker, right winger, Alenis Vargas?
Yeah, he came over from the Kansas City Football Club from MLS, and he used to play there for last season, and he played maybe 22 games, if I'm correct. He played 22 games over there, and he has been told that one of the fastest player in MLS. And he's the right winger player more into. He can also play as a striker, and he can play on a left wing. But he has been playing most of his game. He had been playing on right wing, and that is good for us, because we kind of have lots of options for the left wing. But then on the right wing we have only some options, like a Marius Könkkölä can play over there, and some players can play over there, but they might be preferring more for the left wing. So Vargas is definitely more in the right wing, and he came over here like a superstar kind of status, because he's one of he could see this, I think so, because of his background. He has been playing really good league, and he really good talent, and the long contract with him, like 1 year option. So that some, and also the over against Sirius, he immediately he made impact on that game. He almost scored over in only 5 minutes, but he was only, and it really suits. You are seeing some player like first time, you already know and something on those players, and I think that is the one of those. Immediately you can see that he's really good player. Maybe he's more the winger guy who is going like one-on-ones and doing those, but not so much like a replacement for Jaime Moreno. He's not that.
But didn't Thierry Henry start off on the right wing? And he did all right in the centre. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
No pressure then.
But Thierry Henry needed some good assist to be a really good striker.
We've got one more new player recently, and again, I suspect this is for the academy because he's 18-year-old Finnish defender Adam Zahidi.
Yeah, he's definitely for the academy team, and also maybe on the academy second team, and for the high school at the start. But he's also tall guy. He's strong and tall guy, and he's young. He's like 16 years old only. So I don't know if he's on a high school. But we had that SJK is having this SJK own high school, like a Jalkapallon Lukio in Kuortane, and if he's on a high school, then he might be going over there. But I think he might also start for the Veikkausliiga in SJK Academy for the first academy team, and also in the future maybe for the first team, because he's also talent. But he hasn't been playing. He has been only playing for the third tier of Finnish football, or fourth tier. So obviously because he's 16 years old.
Yeah, and you mentioned the high school there. I think we've talked about this. We talked about it certainly with Ash in the previous episode, but one player that's really caught my eye who's come through that pathway is Anis Mashal. So he's our player. He's come through that high school, but he's whenever he's come into the team or started a game, he looks like a decent player, but he also looks much more mature than 17 years old.
Yeah, he's really good talent, and actually he's already he's actually origin from VPS, so he's VPS product, but he came over because his older brother Elias was on. So I was thinking that you cut that out, but but he came over there, and that is actually even better when you are stealing some really fine talent from there.
That's
true.
And his older brother Elias was been playing for SJK and SJK Academy already many years. So he's kind of following his brother's footsteps.
So he's a refugee from Vasa.
Yeah, I think so.
We're recording this just after the international break, and the club has been quite active in sort of letting people know that which of our players have been playing for international teams, and of course, as soon as he left SJK and moved to HJK, Ville Tikkanen got a call up to the squad. I mean, that's just Murphy's law. But
no, that is typical in Finland. When you are going to HJK, you immediately you are getting called from the national team. That is actually funny. Obviously, Ville Tikkanen deserve the national team place. That is certain. There's no question about that. He has been really good for SJK many years, and certainly he deserved that. But the funny thing is that Jakob Friis, who is now the head coach of the national team, he said that he chose him because of Liigacup games. He only played two halves of during the Liigacup, so there is no. He didn't give his like a showmanships or anything like that on those games. They were HJK was playing some like teams where they were winning like 4-0. So he didn't do anything on those games. So obviously Jakob Friis should have said that he has been really good like last years, and I have been watching his games. But when he's saying that he shows him into the because Liigacup is lying, obviously that is lying. That is basically because somebody in the back they were saying that you should take this player because he's really good and he's playing in HJK. So that is always what made me angry. a bit when there's these kinds of things happening.
But are we as SJK fans? I know there's lots of sort of banter in WhatsApp groups about Villa moving, but personally, I'm pleased for him. I'm not pleased he went to HJK. That's still kind of a bit of a knife in the back, but I'm pleased for him to be called up to the national team. Like you said, laddie, he deserves it. So
Yeah, I hope Villa has a really good thing, but there's one thing he hasn't really done, and that's score an own goal. And I'd love for him to score an own goal
yeah,
at the
against
on
us
SB. Yeah, Friday effect. Come on,
as a
Villa, you
leaving
can do it.
gift.
You can do it. We'll cheer you. We'll cheer you. We'll love you forever.
The other call up, there were several kind of sort of players that had played for their national team before. You mentioned Chuck Woody playing for Faroe Islands, and Roope Paunio got called up to the under-21s, I think for the first time.
No, he has been on already, but he haven't been playing,
Right.
and also he played now like 30 minutes on the, but those were only like friendly games or kind of like training games for the upcoming under 21 Euros. They are playing. Finland is on there, and I think he will be chosen there because also there's one thing that he's kind of like third choice goalkeeper for the under 21 team because there's Lucas Bergström from Chelsea and Elmo Henriksson, and they are playing outside Finland, but they don't play regularly.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
they are kind of like third choice goalkeepers over there. So Roope Paunio, I think he will be playing all the time for us. So he might get some playing time in a Euro. So that is good for him also.
And the final person I wanted to mention was Babacar Fati, who not only got a call up to the Guinea-Bissau first team squad, but actually played over the last weekend as well. Amazing.
Well done, Babacar. Well
Yeah.
done, Fatty.
Yeah, he made immediately his debut for Bissau, and he was at the starting lineup already. Too bad he made a one bad pass in that game, and that was the first goal game over from that because he was
Don't need to talk
passing
about
back pass. Yeah. So, but he was still playing good on that game, but there was one mistake, and you know how rude
Yeah.
or ruthless is those national team coaches and national team appearances. So if you are making mistake on that level, then somebody is making you pay for that.
The league is approaching fast. Is it 1 week, 2 weeks away? So what's our opinions about the League Cup and the friendlies?
Okay, I think SJK has been playing really well all the games basically. The results haven't been so well in every game, but there has been also good results. But the performance has been really good, and there has been lots of changes in every game, lots of changes during the game, lots of different players trying some different positions. So still they have been performing well. So that is something that make me feeling that we are on the right track at the moment. And also, even though we lost the game against Allsvenskan team Sirius away in Sweden, but even that in that game, I think there was lots of moments where we were the first goal really early on, maybe on the first minute, and it really changed at the start of the game. But then SJK came over, and SJK was dominant team in that game, and also in the other games, I think it has played good. And they were in control in every game, and also if you are looking in the results, SJK has still won the most games what they have been playing, and also won some like a important game like a Paide away in Estonia. That was a really good game also. You have to remember that HJK played them against them in home and they lost, so that also shows something.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed is that Chuck Woody, sorry, and Pires haven't actually played together that much. So it obviously takes a time to build a centre back pair partnership. So yeah, hopefully that develops over time.
Jules, did you get a chance to watch that shorter video that Stevie Grief shared on
No,
LinkedIn in the
not yet.
last week or so? Did you
No.
watch it, Larry?
Yeah, I have been watching that. Yeah, you mean that tactical narrated
Yeah, exactly.
tactical for some like Scottish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was really good.
I watched that, and when was it? There was a longer version that Stevie shared with me, and then he did a shorter version, which was actually even better because the videos were working. But having watched those videos, like seeing how the players train, and then how that comes into effect during the game was really, really interesting. And I said to Stevie, I watched that game, and then an hour later, I watched Wimbledon play, and I realised quite how bad League Two in the UK is. Because they just weren't playing the same way as SJK. And this has made me really excited for this season. It's not only this shirt, that's just the icing on the cake. What the team are doing is, for me, really exciting. And we watched the game against Inter, the practice game, and Inter looked like a useful team,
Mm,
and they caused us some
mm,
problems. And yet we went out and won that game 4-2, and we kind of dealt with their problems. They scored 2 goals in 2 minutes, and apart from that, we were quite solid. And after that
mm.
game, I just thought, this is starting to come together, like all the stuff you've seen in training, all the players getting to know each other, and it's kind of all coming together. I didn't see the game in Sweden, but I feel really, really positive.
Yeah,
And that then leads us into the first 2 games of the season. I suppose, as much as it's difficult to know how good Asicor is exactly right now, it's also difficult to know how our first 2 opponents, KTP in Kotka and HJK in Helsinki, how they're going to be. But Jules, you are absolutely gagging for the first away trip of
Yeah.
the season. So tell us about that. What's the game?
I've never been to Kotka and I want to go to Kotka. So we're just trying to get a bus together, enough people. And I think it's still unsure. But if you are a Klopit member, then it's €40. And we will leave 9:30, I believe, in the morning from Oma SP. And it will be a full day out. So you would definitely get your money's worth out of that €40. And yeah, I mean, let's start the season with a bang. Or, yeah, I mean, if we go on and win the Veikkausliiga, I mean, this is when we can start saying it. You can say that you were there right at the start.
Yeah, this is true, and that's followed almost a week later, Friday the 11th, with HJK Helsinki at home, 8 o'clock kickoff. It's quite late for Finland, actually, so there's plenty of time to get home from work, get to the ground nice and early, have a couple of drinks to loosen up, and then get out there and make some noise. Um,
Get some, I don't know, what would it be? We're going to sear off Bookie's horns?
yeah,
Dehorn him?
yeah, we're no Pookie party for
Yeah.
this game.
Do you remember? You guys have you been here in Seinäjoki when we were playing against HJK when we were in first division, and we were playing in Suomen Cup against HJK, and that was the last time when Teemu Pukki has played in Seinäjoki.
Ah. We should just tell to
Um,
anybody who doesn't speak Finnish, then Pukki means goat. Oh no, it's not
Goat,
goat. It's a
yeah.
ram, isn't it? Ram. So
Ram,
a
basically
male
Ram,
goat.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there was during that game, Teemu Pukki came over. Teemu Pukki came over to HJK from Betis. He has been in Real Betis before, and then he came back to HJK for that season, maybe 2012 or 2013, something like that. And we were playing in Jouppiska, right next
No.
to our now stadium. We were playing over there. Teemu Pukki was playing over there. That was the last time when we was playing against SJK and in Seinäjoki. And also the funny thing is that the fans, we were shouting all the time when every time when he touches the ball, all the Klopit members was doing this bah, bah, bad thing
Right.
because of the Ram.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
uh, and there was also
I've just googled it. It's of course a billy goat. So we've got
Billy
the billy.
goat, yeah.
They've got the goat.
Yeah. Yeah. And also during that same game, there was Sebastian Sorsa was also playing for
Duck.
HJK. So there was Duck. So we were making the noise for him also, like all the time. And these guys, they were laughing their asses off in a pitch when they were hearing those. So maybe we are doing something similar for Teemu Pukki now. Maybe he
Why not?
remembers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
why not?
surprising that other clubs' fans think that we're all just a bunch of countryside farmers, is it? Really, we're making animal noises at the other players.
Yeah, but that's why we are that's why we are singing the Klopit are singing about tractors and how nice it is to drive with the tractors.
Yeah.
We are doing this, steering wheel thing and all those, and also we have this other song with Barbie Girl melody, where there is also that we got tractors over here, but it is all okay for us. So
Yeah.
so we don't mind. And also we have this other song when we are singing that we don't have metro, or we don't have trams, but we have tractors.
Yeah.
So
We definitely
want.
lean into this
Yeah,
image.
yeah.
You got to own it.
Yeah.
You got to own it.
I can remember when HIFCO came up and they started calling us Junti. And then I think it was HIFCO, was it
Yeah.
HJK? Again, it was at Jopiska.
Yeah.
And then we started singing
Yeah.
back then, we're country bumpkins and we're beating you. So that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and that was because we were leading 4-0, and they were shouting to us that they were actually shouting Vitu Juntit, and then we were singing back that ollaan juntteja, mut me voitetaan, ollaan juntteja, mut me voitetaan. That we get them angry.
Yep.
All right,
you
Lari,
were
I'm looking at the
during that
time,
game.
and I know that you have to be somewhere soon, so it might be a good time to wind up
Yeah.
this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Whenever you come on, you know stuff. You've forgotten stuff that we'll never know. So having you here is always a pleasure. And during this season, we want to get some of the players and maybe the staff on, but also other fans as well. So you've shown them how easy it is. We're quite friendly, really, aren't we?
Yeah. This is pleasure to be with you guys, and also the funny thing is that now when I'm not working for the SJK anymore, it's a little bit unfamiliar for me now speak English all the time, because when I was working in SJK, I was speaking all the time English, and now I haven't been speaking English only with you guys.
Oh, you do a good job, Larry.
Yeah,
of
course you do, and all you have to do is pick up the phone, and if you want to practice your English, just give us a call.
Yeah, but I want you guys practicing your Finnish, so that's why I'm only trying to.
Minulla oli suomen koe, että viime lauantaina, ja mun suomen suullinen taso on hyvä.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Congratulations, Jules.
And it should be, because you have been living here something like 20 years.
Exactly. And if it isn't, I must be as thick as pig's poo.
Yeah.
All right then, Jules. I think that just about wraps it up for this episode. As we said, thanks to Lari for joining us. Remember to subscribe to the show wherever you're listening or watching, and you'll find the whole archive of our episodes on the YouTube channel.
And you can contact the Seinäjoki Supporters Podcast by email at seinäjokifootballpod@gmail.com. And you can find all our content on Linktree at Seinäjoki Football Pod. There we go. Ta-da!
We also have a WhatsApp group where we continue the conversation between podcasts. It's open to any fan of SJK, so if you want to join, email us or find the link on our Linktree and request to join. And if you're a genuine fan who wants to be in there, then we'll let you in.
So, until the next episode, see you at the stadium or see you online. Goodbye.
Heippa.